Hey, and welcome back to the greenhouse. Yes, I'm wearing my dungarees again. I feel like we need to call these the dungaree diaries because every day I'm in this greenhouse I do have my dungarees on. It is quite cold. It's a bit fresh today. The sun does keep trying to appear, but it is quite chilly. But I thought I would come out because I do need to do a little bit more planting in said garden. But I've got myself, I don't know if you probably won't remember, but last year I decided to make little signs out of clay like this, and I didn't have any metal spikes. I was going to make them, but I couldn't bend them, so I found these ones. Actually, they look really cute. But anyway, I have bought these ones, metal spikes, and these little slate things like name card. Well, that's upside down, isn't it? How they do fit. But actually, because I've got these, I probably don't need to, which is good. I use these ones, which is grand. I will just see if I can buy any more metal spikes. So I can just use ones that I've already got. So that's something we've just discovered together, which is good. I have just come out to see what needs to be put out. Still got millions and millions of flowers. Everything is growing. The potatoes are doing great. I can't cover those up anymore because they are at the top of the tomatoes are growing beautifully, cucumbers are growing great, everything is going good, and everything that I've planted out thus far is also doing well. So I'm going to put my little signs together and I'm going to plant them out and then go and pop them in the beds with what is already out, and then plant up some new ones. Like what I'm going to do, what I'm going to plant out, and if I'm going to get rained on. Welcome back to another gardening video. I'll roll that intro and then let's crack on with getting more veg prep. Oh, and I do need, longest intro I've ever done, but here we are. Roll those titles and I'll see you in a minute. Out with the old, in with the new. That's the song that came to my head when I was doing that. Isn't gardening just so much nicer when the weather's nice? I feel like everything is just nicer when the weather's nice. I think I do really need to plant out some carrots. I just don't know how to do it. Whether last year I did them in rows with onions and carrots, but because I want to go down the route of having my signs, I don't know if to do like 1/2 onions and 1/2 carrots. Still sort of complement each other, companion planting and stuff. Do that. Carrots and onions, or like carrots, onions, which I did last year, but they didn't work very well, only because they just sort of overcrowded each other. So maybe it's better to plant them individually. I'm going to find my carrot seeds and then just plant some carrots, and hopefully we'll have some carrots in a few weeks. Let's plant them. I'm genuinely contemplating like a massive life decision when I'm deciding where to plant things. I'm like, I've got 3 different types of lettuce. Where do I put them? Where do I want to put the lettuce? It's like, do I put it there? And it makes me really think about it. And I feel like I'm just overthinking it. I'm crazy. Or buying a house. I'm just wanting to plant some lettuce. I've got 3 different types of lettuce. This one, which is called a Cabana baby leaf. Arcade baby leaf, so I think it looks a little bit like a white Boston. I thought they were nice to make salads in the summer and for barbecues, to have a mixture of lettuce. This is a good little area. I grew lettuce in this one last year. 3 little rows of lettuce. That's quite a lot though, isn't it? Maybe 3, yeah, maybe 3 rows. Just a big life decision. Let's just plant it, let's just do it, Hello, lovely my lettuce. I used one of my little white signs for the lettuce because I actually hadn't written one for the little slates, but I thought they look cute and I will actually use them now. I know I can. But I think I do want to paint them because I think where they're made out of clay and they've got wet, look, it's almost got like damp slash mould on them. So I think I do need to seal them. So I've done that. I planted the carrots, planted the lettuce. So that's 2 jobs. Everything needs to be bigger, so there's no point actually doing any of it. I'll see you in the next clip, which it'll feel like nothing, feel like no time, but it'll actually be a week. So I'll see you in the next clip. Hello and welcome back to another day. Today is Sunday and fancy that, I'm back in my dungarees and I'm back in the greenhouse. But I have come in to what looks lovely. I love walking in here and it just being full of greenery. It always makes me feel sad when there's nothing growing in here, which hopefully, because it's a much better greenhouse setup, it means that we can grow stuff in here all year round, hopefully, if I've got a little heater and things. So anyway, today I have come in here. I really do think I need to plant out some of these flowers because they're going to end up looking a little bit sad, but they are looking great. But they do, these are growing. The watermelons. Can you tell I get distracted easily? Anyway, a lot of these flowers do actually need to be planted out now. I'm just waiting on my bulbs and I feel like I've realised that bulbs come through, now that everyone's probably screaming, but bulbs come through at different stages, so obviously things are going to be different and they're going to come up at different times. I've brought my basket out, bought a little basket the other day. I say other day, it was like the other month, but I've wanted a little basket for the garden. And that one was just beautiful and perfect, so I bought that one. It is very warm in here, so I think I do need to remove a layer. But like I keep saying, I do need to plant out some of these flowers. Some of these sweet peas are going a little bit cray-cray, and some of these ones are going a little bit cray-cray too, and I think they are wilting, so they do need watering. It is very warm in here, so I shall water everything accordingly with my very aggressive watering can. I need to string up the tomatoes. So that's a job for me today. And I do also need to plant out the sweet corn, which again are looking brilliant. These ones, all 4 of them, 8 of them have come through. These are all rainbow corn. And then these ones, for some reason, only 2 of those have all come through, but maybe I'll plant some more. So I have got 4 of those and 8 of those. So all of those need to go out, which are great. A lot of the rest I'm going to leave in here. So the kale and stuff, but everything does need a good water, I believe. So I'm going to water everything. I think these need to go somewhere as well. These are bulbs too. Don't know what they are though. I just basically need to scout out where I can plant stuff and without digging up the other bulbs. So we shall try. Maybe I'll stick the flowers around the borders maybe. I feel like that might be a good idea. If I stick to the edges, because I definitely didn't put the bulbs in the edges. So I'll think of something. But I'll think of that. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to water everything and then plant out. This lavender looks good too. Don't know where to put that. Maybe I should plant that somewhere. It goes a bit crazy there, doesn't it, lavender? Anyway, I'm going to remove a layer because it is actually very warm. I've curled my hair differently today and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I sort of tried to straighten it and then curl at the bottom. But yeah, I don't know if I like it or not. We shall see when I'm watching this back. Lots of friends and family have been saying, where have you been? Where are your videos? We've been really enjoying them, which is lovely. So we are back. I'm trying to make them regularly. It just depends on routine and what we're doing and what we're up to, but I will try and make them weekly, obviously, where I can. But thank you so much. If you are liking this video, please like it. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to throw that in there now. I appreciate people watching it and I love hearing people's comments. And while I'm thinking about it, I need to order some more copper tape. Just thought about it. I'll do that now. That's another job. But anyway, I'm going to water everything first. So let's do that. Let's go check on everything that I've planted out so far. So the other day I did have to make some little like cage safety lob barriers for my sweet peas because they were getting eaten, which probably could do with a bit of a water. So I had to make little cages for them to stop things getting to them because they were getting eaten, like I say, and they didn't stand a chance. So this is what I've created. I have just used some sheep fencing, I think it's just sheep fencing, and then they're planted, and then I've strung up all the archways ready for them to grow, and I have planted beans in between, so whether the beans will actually come up, I don't know. These ones again, the same. And then this is where I have planted all of my bulbs, and I think, oh, there is little signs of life. Oh, that's one coming up there. So there is signs of life, but I would like more. It's not enough for me. And then there's a little bit more signs of life in this one as well. But I think some of them are actually hard to tell whether they're bulbs or weeds, because I don't know the difference. I got no. Potatoes are coming up that I haven't planted here. You didn't get planted, and nor did you. So they need digging out. The sage and oregano looking great. Carrots are obviously not growing yet, but I did only plant them last week. So they're looking good. Well, as good as can be, because they're not going to grow yet, are they? And then these are all looking good as well, and they're not being eaten, which makes me very happy. We've got 2 different types of broccoli in this one. I didn't grow broccoli in this bed last year. It was leeks and stuff. But I read somewhere that onions and lettuce should be grown together. So when my onions are ready, I'm going to put some spring onions in this one, and then the other onions in with the carrots. Companion planting, try again. Broccoli. And then my strawberries are looking great, and my cabbages are all looking good, which is very, very exciting. This one is very happy. I think we're going to have an abundance of cabbage. Look at the weeds that are coming up, so I need to dig those out. And then here, some more bulbs and more flowers are growing. These were all seeds. Again, they're very sporadic. I'm not really sure why, but I can fill those up with stuff that I've planted. And then bulbs. So I think actually I can put a lot of flowers in this one, because I feel like I can see where most things are. So I think that'd be the plan. Dig out some weeds and then put flowers that side. You can see where Arlo walks on these beds. I feel like that's why things aren't growing, because the dog just constantly walks on them. I'm going to get a little trowel and I'm going to start digging up some of them weeds, and then I am going to plant out some of these flowers, because I have got endless amounts and I need more space in here, and they just need to be planted out. So let's do that. Okay, now I'm going to plant out my flowers that I keep saying I'm going to. Now I'm going to try and be clever about this and pick different ones by looking at their leaves. I've got no idea what's what, because, you know, I don't label things. Why would I do that? And actually, most of the seed boxes that I did actually buy were just various flowers. I know the sweet peas, they're obvious, but I'm not sure about anything else. So I feel like these might be lupins, which I'm quite excited about. Let's just take a variety. So I'm going to fill my little basket and plant out a selection of flowers, all different ones. Not sure what that is, but it's a different leaf again. Let's plant out one of those. Tell me you've used compostable pots without telling me you've used compostable pots. Look at that. Oh, but they're all starting to come out the bottom, so they need planting. Oh, these look like a different one. And I can't really plant a sweet pea. One of these, because this has got a few bulbs in it as well. Oh no, have I got one of those ones? No. Let's take this one as well. So I have a full basket. I will show you. Little basket of flowers. And I'm going to take some of them. Excited about all these flowers growing. I've never really grown flowers. I've never grown flowers, so I'm excited to see all the flowers bloom and then be able to cut them. All of the flowers that I've planted are specifically for cutting flowers, so I'm hoping that when we eventually have the barn up and running and we've got family or guests staying, I can come up to the garden and cut them throughout the year, obviously more like spring, summer. Whereas in the winter, I don't know if, I'll have to have a look, but maybe I can grow them in here. So that'll be a little bit of research that I'll have to do and be able to cut them and plant them out. So pop them up in the dairy, which would be nice. So then they can have fresh flowers on a table, which would be beautiful. So I'm going to go and plant these out. Let's take them and let's go do some planting of some flowers of lots of different varieties. I've got no idea what they are. I've got a very full basket. I'm very happy. My sweet corn. So I've got 4, 8, got 12, and they're going to go along this bed here, which is by the chickens, which I did try and grow sweet peas here last year maybe, but didn't get enough sun. But now we've changed everything. This will be perfect for sweet corn, and it's not going to shade anything. So everything that's growing on that side of the bed is in the sun, and the shade will be thrown this way. So that's kind of why we've sort of done it like this, and we've heightened these beds. So I'm going to dig out the weeds and plant the sweet corn in here. And I've got 2 types of sweet corn. I've got the rainbow corn, and I've got 8 of those, and I've got 4 normal yellow sweet corn. So we'll see how they grow, and I'm excited about the rainbow ones because I've never seen those before. I never actually tried them, but it's going to be a challenge just to get them out of these containers, I reckon. We shall see. It felt like a good idea planting them in milk cartons, but maybe it wasn't. So let's dig out the weeds and then get these in. Hopefully this angle isn't too hideous, or, you know, but I'm going to leave this video here. I have literally planted 150 flowers, which, why did I seed so many? We shall never know, but I'm excited to see how they all grow and then hopefully have the potentials of having some fresh flowers in the house and in the barn. So thank you for joining me today and earlier in the week. I have also just realised I was going to do a Rate Our Gusto box, but I've just looked back at the footage and because I'm an idiot, I filmed the window the entire time. So bear with me when I upload that video next week. I'm an idiot. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to head over to the Instagram and give us a little follow. There's lots of things going on. We're busy, the weather's beautiful, so now's the time to be out and about and doing all things garden and DIY. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If there's anything in particular you want us to film, please let me know, or anything you want to see, comment down below. And we'll see you next week.